Right, for more on France, we're now joined by French football expert. Who'd have told us this? Julien Laurens. Julien, bonjour. Good morning, Julien.
Morning, Julien.
Hi, guys.
How did you enjoy last night? Were you nervous, Julien? Were you nervous?
Yeah, I was a bit, to be fair, because France didn't play well, which they didn't do against England as well. I felt against England they were a bit lucky. I don't think lucky is the right word for last night, because Morocco didn't have that many chances, and yes, they had half chances in good situations, but I don't think the French really panicked or anything like that. But I was still a bit nervous because I would have liked them to play a little bit better than what they did.
Yeah.
Do you agree with Jason, what he's saying there on the sports bar, saying Mbappe's got to do better? The last two games he's been pretty poor.
Yeah, he's been pretty poor, but it's him who starts the first goal against England, and it's him who starts the second goal last night. So, of course, I think with the talent that he has, he can always do more. And I think at times he tries to go on his own and maybe a little bit too much. He still has a big influence on the games. And you see how many people defend. There's a great photo doing the round this morning where there's 5 Moroccan players around him and he's trying to shoot. This is what he does as well, to free other people. They defend at 4 or 5 on him.
And a quick feet as well, Julien, for the winning goal. You know, it ends up going to the far post and it's tapped in, but Mbappe's feet was, mesmerising. Listen, in the final, he's a big game player. He could be the difference of France lifting the World Cup again or not.
Yeah, completely. And I think that's the stage he wants. At the start of the tournament, when Benzema got injured and flew home, he was like, okay, I'm going to step up here. This has to be my stage now, even if he's only 23 years old. And I think he's done that, and there's just one more game to go. It's him against Messi. It's France, Argentina. I think for a lot of people, this is the dream final. Yeah. No offense to Morocco or Croatia, but this is going to be epic.
Now, you mentioned Benzema. Surely Deschamps doesn't bring Benzema back to start the game, maybe on the bench, or is this just a fairy tale?
No, I don't know who made that up. I don't know where it's coming from. I mean, we've known since Karim went home that he's not coming back. He's just starting training again with Real Madrid, but he's not fit for a World Cup final. He's not fit. He hasn't been here for 3 weeks. It would be very unfair as well, I think, on the current squads. And Thuram and Colomwani, who came on last night, who did really well. Colomwani scoring on his first touch after 40 seconds on the pitch. Well, now you're going to bring Karim and say, oh, he's ahead of you now in the picking?
Julien, it's made our papers this morning, and Deschamps had said, I don't want to talk about it. So why would he just say, no, it's ridiculous?
No, that's not what he said. The translation was wrong. He said, I don't even want to answer you because it was a stupid question.
Ah, right. Okay.
Well, it's made our papers, so I don't know. Anyway, Julien, just moving on. I mean, if you said to me Griezmann, I would say what? Attacking, scores goals, creates chances, but his work rate, it was unbelievable. Where was he playing last night? Because at times I saw him in the French box, clearing chances, tackling. I think he got most fouled by a mile last night in any game because he was always on the floor and it was always fouls against him. But he's been brilliant. He's got to be in the team of the tournament. He's been excellent for France. Yeah,
and when you think that, I don't know, you guys are 31 years old, where you were in your career, but having to reinvent yourself, because that's what they did to him at the start of the tournament. He said, listen, I know you're a second striker. I know you can play as a number 10 if you want, but I need you as a number 8. And he's made him into a mix of Xavi and N'Golo Kanté or something like that runs around everywhere, recovers the ball and still is there to create, like we saw on the first goal. Because he sees run on the first goal, Saïs is a little bit too short, and then that leads to the Theo Hernandez goal. So incredible performance again, incredible World Cup for him in a position that is not his, really.
So, Julien, I don't want to see France sit back and let Argentina take the game to them. I think they've got to be a little bit more urgent rather than hitting them on the break. You know, if you let Argentina run the game, it's big problems for me.
Yeah, I think you're right. I don't know how Argentina will play. They're the teams that have changed the most tactically, the back 5, the back 4, playing with 4 central midfielders in the semi-final against Croatia. So Scaloni can adapt, and we don't really know what he's going to do. For the French, you know exactly if Rabiot and Upamecano are back fit and they're not ill anymore, they will start. And you know our starting 11, you know the formation. But for them, you don't really know. But you're right. I don't think we can just absorb the pressure like we did against England and against Morocco, because that will cost us. So I think we have to be a bit more on the front foot, less minimalist, which I think the boys can do. And again, 4 years ago we were there. It's a different opponent, but we were still there. And I think that experience could be important too.
What does Deschamps do about Messi? Because you can see the last few games he's been unbelievable. I mean, when he gets the ball, what he did against Croatia for the third goal, and you just can't stop him. Does he put someone on him, or how the people? I know if you put people on him, it doesn't always work. But how would he approach it? Because Deschamps was a real defensive midfielder, wasn't he? Would they put someone maybe to say, "You watch Messi, don't let him play"?
Yeah, I think Tchouaméni could do that. Rabiot could do that. The problem is, if you follow him everywhere, then that will unbalance your team. We saw De Jong with Frankie De Jong with the Dutch doing that as much as he could. We saw sometimes the centre back come in quite high on Messi as well from the Dutch, and that kind of worked to a certain extent because he still found Molina on that incredible first goal with a reverse no look pass. So I don't know how you stop him. I guess maybe just don't let the ball come to him first, because that's when you're in danger. I don't know how you can cut that passing lane between De Paul and him, between Enzo and him, between Alexis McAllister and him. You'll find a way. I think Rabiot was a big miss last night, I felt, against Morocco. He brings so much to this French team, and he really has to be there for the final for the French to have a chance of winning it and stopping Messi.
Julien, one last one. I hope you enjoy the final. Do you make France favourites, or do you make Argentina slight favourites?
I think it depends if you're a Messi guy, Alan, or Kylian guy. If you're Messi, you go 55-45 for Argentina. If you're more of an Mbappe guy, you go 55-45 for France. And if you're neither, you go 50-50. I think it's a hard one to call. I really believe so.